this bill, every time it comes up, I sort of cringe. I have not heard from one person in the treatment recovery in Indiana County that supports this bill. I appreciate, there's, as Representative Hohenstein said, there's not a pill to treat everything, and I think if there's ever a case where you need to treat the entire person physically and spiritually, it's in this whole addiction crisis that we face, and there's definitely not a one-size-fits-all. But I do think that when the general public hears about addiction and they hear about going out and treating with Narcan, and we've had this discussion, and everything else that the taxpayers are paying for, there needs to be some sort of trigger that says, okay, you're on this, you need to have this. Again, one size doesn't fit all, but I think there needs to be some sort of steps to lead someone to recovery. So this bill, I'm not going to support it, as no one in my district has come to me and said this is a good thing for our treatment opportunities. But I do think, and maybe your comments, I'm going to keep this very brief, but maybe your comments on, not a mandate, but a process.
Sure. So in terms of naloxone, I mean, thank you for Act 139, and in that legislation, and then the ability for me to do the standing order prescriptions for first responders and for the public have saved tens of thousands of lives. As you know, we just had 3 naloxone days where we handed out 14,000 kits of naloxone, and all of that, and our brave and courageous first responders are saving tens of thousands of lives. Naloxone is absolutely necessary, but it's not sufficient, and we have to get people into treatment. EMS now is successfully across the state getting approximately 85 to 90% of people that EMS sees after an overdose to the emergency department. So we're doing much better getting people to the emergency department. Where people aren't gone to the emergency department, we have a leave behind program where they can leave behind naloxone, and then maybe Dr. Lynch can talk about it, but in many areas they're actually sending out paramedics the next day to check on that patient if they wouldn't go to the emergency department. The next, though, is we have a warm handoff clinical pathway, and we had 14 warm handoff summits throughout the state where the emergency departments are working with the SCAs to send a peer recovery specialist or other type of professional to get people into treatment. And it was at Tower Health and Reading Hospital. Dr. Santoro is here from there. They're getting, maybe he can quote the exact statistic, but 50 to 66% of people from the emergency department into treatment. So we need to continue to push that and then not give up on people. Every time they're alive, there's a chance for life and a chance for recovery, and we have to continue to push that.